What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this episode I want to talk to you guys about the 5 things I hate about the R50 Mini Cooper. Alright, so right off the bat, if you guys hear a lot of wind noise, it is the AC system. Right now, I'm going to jump into the first thing that I cannot stand about the car, and that is the creaky plastic interior. Yes, the notorious BMW-made creaky plastic interior. Now, one other thing, if you guys are hearing a loud exhaust noise, yes, that's the car. It is straight piped, meaning it has a muffler delete. It is probably one of the best cheap modifications you can do to the R50 or R53 for that matter. But the creaky plastic interior by BMW, it's just, I don't know why they made that. Everything is plastic. It's held in together by plastic clips, so when you go over bumps or anything of that matter, not only does it creak, but it vibrates, and you know, it's annoying to say anything about it. Number 2, we have the hood latch release clip panel button, whatever you want to call it. It is located on the passenger side. Normally, it's on the driver's side. You know, it's either under the steering column or it's off to the side where the where the kick panel is. On the passenger side of this car, that is where it's located. So it is very inconvenient if you do not have a second person with you as a passenger, or you know, anybody other than yourself in the car. If you have to pull over, pop the hood, if you have really long arms, you can stretch over there and get it. I actually have long arms and it's almost difficult for me to reach. But it's just very inconvenient, and the reason as to why it's on the passenger side is because these cars are made in the UK. So with that being said, everything is basically opposite of what the US makes. They drive on the left side of the road as we are on the right side, so that in itself is confusing. But the hood latch release being the number 2 thing that I absolutely hate about this car, is with it being on the passenger side. Now, number 3 is the lack of usable cup holders, and it's just very non-usable. It's very flimsy. Nothing can be stored in that cup holder. It just moves around too much. And the 2 cup holders in front of the gear select, in front of the gear shifter, way small. I think a 16-ounce bottle, like a Zephyr Hills water bottle, is the only thing that fits. You can't even buy a 16-ounce Coke bottle and let it fit because it has too much of a bulky base to it. So a can of Coke, I don't even think fits. It's just way too narrow for anything to fit there. I mean, what the heck were you guys thinking when you made this car? And by the way, if you guys still hear the air, it hasn't 100% cooled off in the car yet. I can feel a lot more cooler air coming out of the vents now that the hot air has dissipated out of the cabin, but it's still hot in here. Now, number 4 of this episode has to do with the roof of the car. 90% of it is glass. If you guys didn't know, Mini Coopers, the entire roof almost is glass. There's 2 separate panels on this car. The front one, or the one nearest to the driver, is an actual sunroof, so it will tilt and slide back. The second one in the rear is just a moonroof, and the covers, the shade covers on a normal sunroof or moonroof are part of the headliner, so it retracts, it retracts and then covers normally, seals everything, you don't see the glass. However, in a Mini Cooper, I don't know about the newest models, but in this model specifically, the R50 and R53, I believe, they're mesh covers. Very weird. With the roof being entire glass, all this heat is coming into the Mini Cooper, and it's really bad. And it's really hot. And the 5th reason as to why I hate this Mini Cooper, it's not a be-all, end-all. If you're looking for a Mini Cooper, it's not going to deter you from buying it. But in my opinion, I did not know about this, but in the cluster itself, you can toggle from how many miles you have left of the tank, your average consumption rate, your consumption rate at that time, meaning your miles per gallon, your average speed, the temperature outside, and of course back to how many miles you have left in the tank, the range. it does not give you a digital dash option, meaning a digital speedometer. So you have a speedometer to the right, it's analog. It's not 100% accurate. There is no R50 Mini Cooper in the world that is 100% accurate. When they build these cars, for some reason they scale the speedometer upwards. So if you're doing 40, you're actually doing 35. In this case, it's a 5-mile-an-hour difference. I don't have different tires or wheels. They're factory wheels and tires, so it shouldn't change the speedometer reading. But like I said, if I'm doing 50, the dash says I'm doing 50, I'm actually doing 45. So it's stupid. I think a digital speedometer option would be maybe more accurate. I don't know, because I don't have it. So we're gonna go windows down for this. Just want to show you guys how the muffler delete sounds real quick before we end this video. So I'm doing, it says 20, but I'm actually doing 15. I'm gonna go wide open throttle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is wide open throttle in a 2006 Mini Cooper non-S R50 generation. Now, if you guys don't know what R50 means, that's just the generation of the Mini Cooper itself. The R53, as most people know it, is the S model, so it is supercharged and has a lot more pep in its step than this one does. Now, this one being a non-S is of course non-supercharged or non-forced induction at all. And I think on a good day it may have 100 horsepower, and I believe if I dynoed it, it'd probably be around 85 or 90 to the wheel. So it really doesn't have power for performance at all, but we didn't buy this for performance, obviously. It's supposed to be a low and slow build, but I will talk to you guys about the future of this in future episodes to come. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great afternoon, a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next one.